following is a feature presentation of the Replay Sports Channel, the home for great games.
Welcome to WFL Inside Access, exclusively on the Replay Sports Channel. I'm your host, Glenn Walker. Today's episode is brought to you by Royal Retros, your ultimate one-stop shop representing the teams of the past. Head over to Royal Retros today, royalretros.com, and use the discount code REPLAY to get 10% off your purchase. The link will be provided in the show description. In our final 2025 season preview episode, we take a look at the West Division. The crew at Inside Access takes a look at each club and makes some predictions on the season ahead.
Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today, we're taking a shortcut to getting smart about the WFL, the World Football League, specifically the 2025 season, and it's Wild West Division.
That's right.
We've sifted through, a whole stack of sources, team previews, expert predictions, lots of notes on player moves.
Yeah, plenty to look at.
And our mission, basically to boil it all down, find those key nuggets of knowledge, and help you really understand what's shaping the West this year.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is just how different the opinions are. You know, how this division might actually shake out. We're not just looking at who might be good, but why the experts don't agree.
Exactly. What does that disagreement tell us?
Right. What are those underlying dynamics for each team?
Okay, let's unpack this then. We'll go team by team. Arizona Rattlers, Denver Gold, Las Vegas Outlaws, Los Angeles Wildcats, San Diego Fleet, the whole division.
Gotcha.
You'll get the key changes, the strengths, weaknesses, and those predictions that sometimes seem, all over the map.
Sounds good.
Kicking us off, the Arizona Rattlers. Now, they had the league's best offense in 2024, but this offseason, they made some noise.
Oh, absolutely. Huge noise. GM Mike Valenzuela, he went out and got veteran QB Aaron Rodgers from Detroit.
Right.
And then, in the same week, gets linebacker TJ Watt, also from Detroit.
Incredible.
Yeah. Coach Deion Sanders is clearly, banking on these big moves for a deep playoff run.
So on offense, we're looking at Bijan Robinson, Travis Etienne sharing carries, and Rodgers has plenty of targets. Trey McBride at tight end, too. That sounds potent.
It really does. Almost an embarrassment of riches, like you said. And defensively, Watt is, he's expected to make a huge difference for a defense ranked 18th last season.
Yeah, they needed that.
They did. Plus, they bring back Leonard Williams on the line, Derek Stingley Jr. in the secondary. So on paper, it looks like a massive upgrade.
Okay, so predictions. Alex Ramirez, Arizona Republic, he's got them winning the division 10-4. Says with Rodgers and a, quote, top 3 defense led by linebacker TJ Watt, the Rattlers finally have the balance to control this division. Pretty confident.
Very confident. But look at the others. More cautious, you could say. Brooke Evans at the Denver Post, 9-5.
Okay.
Casey Trent, Las Vegas Sun, also 9-5. He actually has them tying with Vegas.
Interesting.
And Tasha Lynn, LA Times, Darren Cho, San Diego Union Tribune, both also put them at 9-5.
So we've got 1-10-4, everyone else 9-5.
Right. Which leads to the big question, why? Why do some see clear division winners and others see more of a wild card team, even with Rodgers and Watt?
Is it just skepticism? Like, how quickly can those guys really mesh?
That's got to be part of it, yeah. The really bullish predictions, like Ramirez's, they're probably weighing the instant impact.
Yeah.
Established stars, plug and play.
Right.
But the others, the 9-5 crowd, they might be looking at, age, recent injuries maybe, or just the challenge of integrating 2 huge personalities, 2 major system changes all in one offseason. It's that classic star power versus team cohesion debate and durability.
Makes sense. Okay, next up, Denver Gold, formerly the Mexico City Aztecs, remember?
Yep.
They finished 8-5-1 last year, had that crazy 21-21 tie with Vegas, then lost a heartbreaker 13-12 to Chicago in the wild card. Tough end.
Very tough. And now, GM Dwayne Cooper, Coach Kevin Stefanski, they've got a bit of a cap challenge. Could squeeze the offense.
But they did have a top 10 offense last year, right? Geno Smith, Derrick Henry, who led the league in rushing.
Exactly. They've got proven firepower there, no question. And the defense was also top 10 pretty much across the board. Kyle Hamilton at safety leads a deep secondary.
So consistency on D.
Seems like it. But the predictions for Denver,
Yeah.
they really vary. Brooke
Yeah.
Evans, Denver Post, she's super bullish, 11-3, calls it Denver's division to lose.
Wow. 11-3.
Yeah. Cites Rashawn Slater leading the league's best O-line, rookie tight end Brock Bowers making an impact.
Okay, but then you look elsewhere, less rosy. Alex Ramirez has them 8-6.
Mm-hmm.
Casey Trent, Darren Show, both have them at 7-7. Tasha Lynn, 8-6. Big difference from 11-3.
Huge difference.
So is it that reliance on, what did Trent call them? Aging defensive stars. Is that a bigger worry than the offense? Or maybe the depth with the cap issues?
I think it's probably a mix of both. Look, the optimism makes sense. Top of line, rushing champ.
Yeah.
That's a solid foundation.
Yeah.
But the caution that likely comes from worrying if those, aging stars on D slip a bit or get injured,
Right.
the cap situation might mean they can't plug those holes effectively.
Yeah.
So you risk a defensive drop-off that even that good offense can't totally cover for. It's kind of resilience versus fragility,
Yeah, I see that. Okay, let's shift to Vegas. The Las Vegas Outlaws, their shot at back-to-back titles ended dramatically. That miraculous Flacco to cut pass in London.
Oof.
Yeah.
That was something. So now Coach Todd Bowles, GM Gunnar Strellick, they're focused on 2025.
And Strellick, former GM of the year.
Yeah.
He's known for his capology, right?
Yeah.
His cap creativity.
He is, and he'll need it. He's definitely got work to do getting them under the cap.
Offensively, sounds like more run-heavy stuff. Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara.
Yep.
QB Jalen Hurts has receivers, including that first-round pick. Xavier Worthy from Texas, speedster.
Adds a new dimension. But again,
Mhm.
the talent's there. Can they afford the depth around them?
That's the question. And defensively, they bring back most guys from a top 5 unit. Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year. Kirby Joseph at safety.
Right. So the crucial thing here is, can they keep that defense elite while juggling these cap problems? That's the tightrope they're walking.
It really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? What's your gut feel? Can Strellick's magic tricks, his capology, overcome maybe losing key depth guys? Or is a top 5 defense just talented enough to take some hits?
It's so tough to say. I mean, Garrett, Joseph, that's elite talent, undeniable. But depth is what gets you through December and January. When Lynn talks about too many moving pieces, maybe she means the stars are there, but the overall roster might be thinner, more vulnerable to injuries, fatigue.
Okay, so Casey Trent, Las Vegas Sun, the, quote, homer, he's got him 9-5, raving about an incredible offseason, Worthy adding a real vertical threat, thinks the window hasn't closed yet.
Yeah, optimistic view there.
Mm-hmm.
But others, much more skeptical. Alex Ramirez, 6-8.
Ooh, okay.
Tasha Lynn, even lower, 5-9. Her reason, too many moving pieces and cap issues.
Wow.
And Darren Cho's at 6-8 too. His take, Vegas can score but can't defend, which is interesting given they returned so many defensive starters.
That is interesting. So the disagreement is huge. Will the cap kill them or will the stars carry them? That seems to be the core debate.
Precisely. It's a really stark contrast in outlooks for Vegas.
All right, next up. The Los Angeles Wildcats. Definitely a team in a tough spot. 4 straight seasons missing the playoffs. And that memory of getting crushed 51-3 out by Arizona last year still got a sting. Ended the season losing 3 straight.
Not great momentum. And yeah, offense, defense, both kind of mid-table last year. Then in the offseason, they let CeeDee Lamb walk. Backup QB Justin Fields, gone too.
Big named out.
Big names. Half their draft picks went to the O-line, trying to boost that run game, which was only 10th. And second year, WR Garrett Wilson, he's got big shoes to fill replacing Lamb. Seems like a real foundational rebuild effort.
And on D, they brought in Danielle Hunter, the free agent, DE, trying to get more sacks, help against the run, plug in holes.
Trying to, yeah.
Yeah.
But the predictions, mostly pretty low. Alex Ramirez, 5-9. Brooke Evans, 4-10. Comments like, same coach, same rebuild, still years away.
Ouch.
And Casey Trent just says, yikes, with a 3-11 prediction.
Yikes is you almost feel that resignation, don't you?
You really do. But here's this twist. Kay Shalin, LA Times, she's the outlier, predicts 7-7.
Okay.
Says, don't sleep on my Wildcats, RB. Kenneth Walker III is legit, and WR depth is finally here.
Huh. So what does that mean for their, slow climb? Is Lynn just being a hopeful fan, or is there maybe a glimmer there the others are missing?
That's the interesting part, right? The overwhelming feeling is pessimistic. Long rebuild.
Yeah.
But Lynn's take, it highlights maybe an internal belief that the run game improvements, the receiver depth, maybe it could surprise people. It's that classic thing, clear trajectory versus maybe a dark horse potential if a few key guys really click.
So consensus says still rebuilding, but one voice says, hey, maybe watch out.
Exactly. That asks us to consider if there's quiet progress happening that isn't obvious yet.
Gotcha. Okay, finally, the San Diego Fleet. They finished 2024 strong, won 3 straight. Still missed the playoffs, though.
Right.
Which led to a big change. Coach Brian Flores out, former Stanford coach David Shaw in. That's a significant leadership shift.
Absolutely. And Shaw's first moves, release Taysom Hill, made it very clear. This is Josh Allen's offense now. Yeah. RB Najee Harris had 770 yards rushing last year, looking for a bigger 2025. And despite some locker room talk last year, Tyreek Hill is back. Reportedly seems happy in training camp. He headlines a dupe receiver group.
Okay, offense seems set, but the defense finished next to last in the league. That's bad.
Really bad. So Shaw used his first draft pick on DT Byron Murphy. Vet Chris Jones returns on the line. And they brought in free agent LB Eric Kendricks for that, championship mentality. Yeah. Marlon Humphrey leads the secondary. Looked like a real push to fix that D.
A concerted effort, for sure. So how do the predictions look? Darren Cho, San Diego Union Tribune, extremely confident, 11-3.
Wow, another 11-3 prediction.
Declares, San Diego is no longer the underdog. This is a championship-caliber roster. The defense, led by Kyle Hamilton, is ferocious. Wait, Hamilton's on Denver, though.
Ah, good catch, yeah. Hamilton's definitely on Denver.
Yeah.
Maybe Cho meant Humphrey or just a general statement about the defensive talent. Sometimes these quick takes get details mixed up, but the sentiment is clear. He thinks they're contenders.
Okay. Tasha Lynn also likes them, picks them to win the division at 10-4, calls QB Josh Allen a sleeper MVP pick.
High praise for Allen.
But then again, more tempered views elsewhere. 9-5 from Ramirez, Evans, Trent, and the Denver Post outlier has them way down at 6-8.
Right. So that leads us to the question for San Diego. Is this defensive turnaround really championship caliber right away? Or is it still a major work in progress? Might take time.
It feels like that classic new coach, new hope scenario versus maybe a more pragmatic view, right?
I think so. The optimism, it comes from the potential. Integrating guys like Jones, Kendricks with a coach like Shaw, you can see the upside.
Yeah.
But turning around the league's second worst defense, that rarely happens overnight. The more cautious predictions are probably factoring in the time needed for a new system to gel. The challenges of such a big overhaul. Maybe ferocious is the goal for 2026, not necessarily a guarantee for 2025.
Okay, so if we try to connect the dots here, look at the big picture. You see this common thread, right? New coaches, big signings, cap issues.
Absolutely. Those are the variables. They're what's creating all these different predictions across the board. It's not just player talent in a vacuum.
It's how they fit, the money, the new schemes. So what stands out most to you when you look at the whole division? Is it Arizona and San Diego making those huge moves?
That's definitely a big storyline.
Or the cap problems hanging over Denver and Vegas? Or maybe just that slow grind in LA with that one optimistic prediction?
For me, it really highlights how much one offseason can change perception. A key veteran, a new coach. It completely reshapes how we see a team. It really underlines why critical thinking is so important when you're looking at all this information, all these expert takes.
So what does it all mean for you, the listener?
Well, the WFL West in 2025. It looks anything but predictable. You've got aggressive teams fighting the cap, and yeah, experts all over the place. Makes it incredibly exciting to watch. Definitely. And it raises that important question for you to think about. If you had to pick one team, based on everything we've discussed, all the nuances, who's the team you think could really surprise everyone, and why?
Yeah, something to chew on there. Thanks for deep diving with us into the WFL West today. We hope you feel a bit more informed, ready for the season.
Hope so, too.
Until next time, keep digging for those nuggets of knowledge.
The Inside Access crew just gave you some great tidbits there about the Western Division. You've been listening to the WFL Inside Access show on the Replay Sports channel. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. The 2025 season officially starts on our next broadcast with the Thursday night kickoff. The Las Vegas Outlaws and the Tampa Bay Bandits meet in a Pantheon Bowl rematch. See you next time.